Hope everybody's having a good day. I This is the second recording of this tier list because of some audio issues I had in the first one. But without further ado, let's get started. This will be my tier list of the streamers that I watch. Most of them are World of Warcraft streamers, PvP because that's really all I'm interested in. We'll begin with Venruki. Venruki has solid gameplay. I mean, AWC's won BlizzCon. His streams are very inviting. He keeps engaged with the chat. He brings a lot of knowledge of the game for newer players. He can usually help steer them to where, if he doesn't know the answer, he can help steer them to where they need to go. Um, and he's got just a Chad beard. I mean, look at this thing. This is amazing. This is something Peekaboo wish he could have. He'll never have it. Honestly, the biggest con about Ben Stream is he's very even tempered and very facts based. He doesn't lose his temper. He doesn't go off on tangents, and some people can find that boring. I do not. Um, but looking as a whole, sometimes people want the streamers to make an ass out of themselves, and Venruki refuses to be somebody's clown. So for that, we're going to put him as A tier. Let's go with the next one. Will be Palmore. Palmore has really high gameplay on several different specs. High energy, except for when the last few weeks of a 3-month subathon, he tends to run dry on energy and patience and just all around human being status. But all in all, I really enjoy Palomar Stream. The cons for him is sometimes he forgets about Chad if he's queuing with the regular friends, i.e. Calvish. And when he does a subathon, he tends to get burned out on World of Warcraft, which is totally understandable. But he starts to play a lot of online chess, and I've told him in the stream, so this will not be a shock to him. I despise that. I don't like anything about it, but I do like Palmore. I do enjoy his streams. Right now, we're going to put old Palmore on a B tier. Solid. B tier is about where you want to be. Anything above B tier is exceptional. Anything below B tier is not great at all in any aspects. Next one we'll go with will be Magnus. Mag is very he's everyman. He's generally very monotone. He has a high level of warrior play. I've seen him play DH, which honestly, somebody of his level is not hard for them to excuse me, to do well on DH. He does do a variety of content, PvP arenas, battlegrounds. He'll put some mythic pluses in there, which if that's your thing, that's great. Once again, that's not my thing. I don't like anything but PvP. I don't like to do anything but PvP, and I sure don't want to watch it. The main reason I enjoy Mag is he is uber salty constantly. Just from the go, he could be having a great day to be in a great mood, but he probably still thinks most people are pieces of shit, which I identify with, honestly. Um, it's not that Mag has a high opinion of himself, because he doesn't, but he believes he's still better than everybody else, and he has a problem with people being that low of character, which again, highly, highly identify with. He's unapologetic. If you ask him a question about his point of view on things, I appreciate that. Really, honest to God, the only con I could come up with Mag is no cam. Cam is a huge thing. It's easier to connect with the streamer when they're on cam. I understand that some people, that's not their vibe, and that's cool. But um, I'm gonna put him on B tier. I think he's an A tier personality, but B tier because of no cam. Next one, let's go with Chan. I'm pretty sure this is Chan. I googled it. Um, this is what came up. So if it's not Adam, I'm sorry. But this is what I have for you. Um, Chan is an all-time great. He provides a wealth of knowledge to his fan base, his streamer fan base. He will answer any question from anybody if he can. Even if you're not a sub, he tries to go above and beyond to answer your questions. Um, Good personality, very friendly, very approachable. The biggest con for Chan is that he plays Wrath, and Wrath is garbage, full of cheaters. Not that Chan's a cheater. I think Chan's so good it doesn't matter if people are cheating or not. But it's full of cheaters, win traders, just general dreads of society, and the fact that he plays that and streams that puts him at a B tier. I mean, otherwise, A tier. I just can't condone that type of gameplay. Next one be Aya. Aya, as far as I've known, and in any of her streams I've stopped by in, she doesn't PvP. She does a lot of, I think, Mythic Pluses, and she raids. And I know she plays a lot of Final Fantasy. But I enjoy her. I enjoy her. She always has a good attitude. She has a good. She just has a good stream. She keeps conversations going. She responds to chat. Very friendly. She has a big old fat cat. Well, like a feline. Jesus. And those are always great. But I'm gonna go ahead and put her on B just for simple fact she doesn't WoW PvP. But if you're ever kicking around and bored, her streams are usually pretty good, just to kind of sit and enjoy and maybe participate in some conversation. Next one to do is Foxy Llama. Now Foxy Llama is a very he's a different beast. He's very entertaining. He does AWC level healing in solo shuffle and in threes. He has a steady stream schedule, which is a huge plus. He's very friendly. When he is not contemplating slamming his head on the desk because of solo shuffle, he does interact with chat. He tries to answer questions from his chat. The biggest con about Foxy is his chat is a bunch of dirtbags that it can devolve into, honest to God, one big fart joke. It's like a high school locker room, which is fine for a little bit, but after a while, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, guys, we get it. I'm going to stick Foxy on B tier. Another thing about Foxy is I don't think he sleeps a lot. He looks like he's just fighting for his life every stream. I think he goes to work, goes to the gym, and then come home and streams. I'm not sure he sleeps. I'm not sure he eats. Lovable guy. Enjoy Foxy a lot. Let's go with a smaller streamer here, and many of you may not have heard of him. His name's Baker Ice. Baker is on point. He is really friendly. He'll be the first to admit he doesn't really have the game knowledge of the other ones that I've gone through, like Palmore, Vinruki, Chan, Mag, but he knows probably more than you, and he'll be the first one to try to help somebody. His YouTube video tutorials are pretty spot on. He was pretty much known for Disc Priest. He's kind of moved off of that now, and he tries to do a little stick his finger in everything type of deal. But if you ever have a chance, stop by, say hi to him, maybe give him a follow if you could. He is very, very on point, solid guy, solid stream, everything around. Let's go with Super Teas next. Now, this is just a tier list of their streams. It's not the tier list of their YouTube videos. It's not the tier list of, hey, I met this guy at BlizzCon. Super Teas is one of those guys that on his videos, on his tutorials, YouTube tutorials and YouTube videos, comes off as very friendly, very everyman, very, hey, how's it going? His streams sometimes, and I want to force this in here, sometimes he can be like everybody else. He's human. He can be very, just very unapproachable, very gruff, very, very unwelcoming. And that kind of, I've had him snap my head off a couple of times because he didn't read the whole chat. He read the last thing that I put in there. But it then that kind of turned me off to him. I'm not a big fan of Super Teas as I was. But for the most part, he fills every category that you're going to want on a streamer. He's pretty steady schedule. He will answer questions. But like I said, sometimes he does let his mood overtake the stream, which is a turnoff to me. I still watch him, but not as much as I used to. I'm going to put him at C tier. Let's go next one with Bajira. Bajira, I don't watch a ton, but I do watch him for the simple fact that, as far as I know, the only thing that he plays is Warrior. I may be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'll read them or care about them, but I'll put them in there, whatever. Bajira is, from all accounts, an upstanding guy. Hell of a beard. Once again, this young man right here, never be able to grow a beard. If this was a beard tier list, this dude would be under the D tier. But Bajira is very solid dude. Good personality, interacts with his chat, has a variety of content, includes fitness. He streams his workouts for people who are looking for training advice or nutrition advice. Bajira is very, very solid on that, and his gameplay's solid. I enjoy Bajira. We're going to put him up B tier. Next one's Waz. I've watched Waz a couple of times because I am interested in getting better at Rogue, and we will address that further along in the tier. But Waz is very arrogant. He's very matter of fact that he is the best, and honest to God, as off-putting as that is, that's the kind of attitude you have to get to where he is. I don't really enjoy his streams, and I think maybe it's just because it's just a different. The EU is a very different vibe than NA, which is where most of the people that I watch are. I'm gonna put Waz on C tier. Just that's where I think, to me, that's where he goes. If somebody was to put him on S tier, I would totally understand because maybe it fits their vibe more. Not so much me. Next, we'll go to Mez. Mez is one of the kindest, most laid-back streamers that you will ever find. If somebody doesn't like Mez, that's more likely a them thing. Like there's probably something wrong with them. It's not Mez. I would put a paycheck that if anybody didn't like Mez and they were saying negative things about him, it was all made up. Like I said, one of the kindest, nicest people. Excellent gameplay. He's more known for his DK, but he does tend to do some Ret and Ellie when they're viable. Unfortunately, DK hasn't been what it once was here lately, and every time it gets up there, it gets nerfed. But I love watching Mez's streams. Now, I'll say this. Mez hits every category in my book to be A tier, except for no cam. And like I said, cam is a huge thing when streaming. It's easier to connect. I was told that the reason he doesn't have a cam anymore is because he has children, which I totally understand and would never question him on. but for me, it knocks him down to B tier. Um, let's go with this guy next. This is Crusader, and I'm pretty sure everybody can make out what a picture. I couldn't find a picture of Crusader, so I just went with one that I thought was the closest that resembles him. Crusader is a world class Holy Paladin. Um, there may be as people as good as Crusader at Holy Paladin, but you're hard pressed to find anybody better. Born Good might rival him to be better, but if so, not by much. But he is one of the worst human beings I have ever had the misfortune to watch on Twitch. He is mentally unstable and may need to be on lithium. He's going to have a heart attack one day, as upset as he gets about everything. And I've had people tell me in the past that have played with him at high levels that this turned from a character kind of to just his demeanor now. It's gone on so long that this is just who he is. And it's unwatchable. I get no joy from Crusader whatsoever. Let's go to the next one. Let's go with Snuppy or Snoopy. He's a feral god. He is a feral god among men. He is the best preteen streamer for PvP content. He interacts with his chat. He's very friendly, super helpful. Him and Waz really are tied for the as far as the friendliest people I've ever met through Twitch or through this game. Snoopy is somebody I'd like to meet in person. He's just really laid back. He's really cool. When he hits his, later teens and early 20s, I really think he's going to skyrocket. There's only really two cons for Snoopy that I could find. One is that he's on the EU, so for me, the schedules don't really line up. If I can get up early enough, I'll usually pop in and say hello to him. Another one is that he abandoned his dog Rusty when he left his parents' house, and he just left Rusty there, just wondering where his buddy went, wondering where Elias went, and that is not something I could condone. That being said, I will put him on A tier, possibly S if he had not abandoned his dog. But people abandon kids at fire stations. What are you gonna do? Next one, let's go with the Zaryu. Zaryu is, if he was taller, he would be a threat to every man that walks the earth. Zaru has a chiseled jaw, a six-pack. He kind of looks like a hippie now. He doesn't get a haircut anymore, and he doesn't shave. But the dude's a male model when he cares about his appearance. He recently had a child, which obviously just kind of was a gut punch to him. He hasn't recovered from that yet. But Zaru's streams are top notch. Super friendly guy. Interacts with the chat. If you're looking for something other than WoW PvP, he kind of got disenfranchised with retail, so he's been playing a lot of classic and SOD here lately, and he also delves off into other types of games, and even non-gaming content. He's a very healthy guy. He'll help you with some health advice that he feels comfortable giving you. Just an all-around great guy. Put him at A. Let's go next one with Carlos Absturge. He is the healer for formerly the Golden Guardians, now is the Move. Carl is one of my favorite streamers. I thoroughly enjoy Carl. He'll help anybody with anything. He has VOD reviews for healers by using channel points, which is huge, because most people will charge real life money for VOD reviews or for coaching, and Carl will absolutely help any healer out. And the reason he doesn't do DPS is he doesn't feel as comfortable. He doesn't feel comfortable giving people advice on DPS when that's not what he plays. But the dude is a pillar in the WoW community. He, in my opinion, he is the best, without a doubt, WoW healer. I know some people are going to say Sea-Doo. I will say I disagree, and it's Carl. 100% all the way. Carl is A tier. Now we get down to the the showstoppers, if you will. This one's Palm B. Now, what makes Palm B an S tier is not her looks. I know that's shocking because she's a gorgeous woman. She is a 15 out of 10 as far as looks go. But she's very kind. She is very interactive with chat. Um, she very laid back. She has a very laid back mentality. The only con with Palm B is that she has such an irregular streaming schedule that it's hard. I mean, she could stream for 2 straight weeks and then be gone for 6 weeks. And I don't know whether that she can only handle 2 weeks of people being perverts in her chat and being just saying god awful stuff to her, or if she works long enough to get a little cash built up and then go lives her life and enjoy it. I hope it's door number two. I hope she just makes so much money during those couple of weeks that she does stream that she's able to take off, a month and a half, 2 months, and just live her life, because that's why any of us do any kind of work. But the only con with Palm B is that she plays SOD, which once I just want to drive rusty nails through my eyes playing that. But I don't mind watching it because she brings a lot more than just her gameplay and her looks. And she has a real cool voice. So we're going to put her on S tier, which I know is a surprise to everybody. Now this guy. This is Jason Peekaboo Smith. One of the largest assholes that you will ever meet. This guy is a 28-time rank 1, several time BlizzCon finalist, several time AWC finalist, has won AWCs, cups. He's won, I mean, by many he is considered, when it comes to top rogues, a lot of the time, Peekaboo and Waz will be the two names that are mentioned. Some people mention Calvish, some people mention others, but the majority of people think it falls between Peekaboo and Waz. For me, it's Peekaboo. I don't know, man. I really think he is the best, and maybe the best WoW player as far as being able to play as many specs at such a high level. I'm sure people will say that I'm wrong, say I'm kissing his ass. I do not care what those people think. He's very entertaining. He's very interactive with the chat. It's very rare that something gets past him on chat. As far as streamer schedules, he is the most constant out of anybody that I know. The only one that I'm aware of that he's missed two. I don't know. I know for sure he's missed one stream where he went to the beach, got drunk, and then went to a strip club and continued to get more inebriated, and then just missed the entire day, which is very unlike him, but it does happen. And then he may have missed one on the 24th because I think his parents made him go to a party or something. But yeah, I mean, you can always you know where to find him every night. Every Christmas he buys around 30 of the Razer MMO gaming mice, which are about $100 a pop, and gives out to his viewers through a raffle, and then he pays to have those shipped. Which he has them shipped UPS, so it's not cheap, any of that. Now the cons for Peekaboo is he has a massive ego. He likes to berate and degrade his most loyal fan base. Um, he literally, when I asked for help on Rogue, he played one or two games with me on double Rogue. Keep in mind, it was double Rogue, and this guy tells me in front of 2,000 people that I am trash at this spec and I should never log on it again. Pick something else. Um, that I am a disgrace to rogues everywhere when I play this. And so, you know, I don't know what to do with that. I stopped playing Rogue. Um, but he is my favorite streamer.